Herzlich willkommen zu Osiander Live. Ich sitze hier backstage mit Henning Mankell, dem berühmten Autor, der jetzt gerade auf Deutsch veröffentlicht hat, Der Feind im Schatten. Mr. Mankell, it's very nice meeting you. Your new book, which has been published in German, is a lot about the Cold War era. Why did you choose this topic?
Well, it's a good question, and I think that I have to give a rather complicated answer because the Cold War era is not a very easy thing to talk about. But if I try to make it very easy, I would say like this. I grew up, my life, I grew up with the Cold War era. And so did Wallander, because he and I are the same generation. And I think that there are still many things in the Cold War era that hasn't been very clarified for us. For example, the fact that Sweden were supposed to be a neutral country, we were not. We were always on the side of the United States. And especially when we talk about what happened in the beginning of the 80s, where we accused the Russians of having a submarine outside of Stockholm. It was no submarines from Russia. Either it was no submarines at all, or it was American submarines.
So obviously you are very politically interested, as we know, and Wallander himself reflects his own attitude towards politics in the book, and he seems to be not very interested in these issues, but he of course has a very great sense of justice. What would you say, what else makes this character so successful, and on the other hand, what are his, certain weaknesses?
That is a little easier to answer to that. I think that what I tried to describe with the character of Wallander is a person like you and me and the photographer, a person that is always changing. If I give you a good example, after the third novel, I spoke with a friend of mine who is a doctor, and I asked her, what kind of disease would you give this man? And she said diabetes. Immediately, because of what he's eating, etc., etc. And I think I gave him diabetes, and that made him even more popular, because people get diabetes in reality. No one can imagine James Bond getting diabetes. And I think this is something that is a secret why he's so popular, because he is like you and me, and he has the same problems like you and me, and this is at least one of the reasons why he's so popular.
So, okay, but you're saying this is the last Wallander story. Why do you let it end?
Well, everything has to end sooner or later. And I think that this was a way of ending, to say that now he's an older man and he has the first tendencies of getting Alzheimer, and then I thought this is the way of ending this story. And there's so many other books that I would like to write before I get Alzheimer, and I think my readers will follow me even into other words.
Okay, so I mean, of course, we all know you as a very famous author of crime stories, but maybe not so many people do know that you actually live the half of the year in Africa and Mozambique, where you are the artistic leader of a theater. Well, I know that you're also an author and co-author of plays they show there. What kind of plays are these?
I would say that I am a playwright. I have written an enormous amount of plays, also plays that has been done in many theaters in Germany. What we do down at that theater, if you come to sit in the audience, you would understand everything except the language. If you don't understand Portuguese, I don't think you do. No. But you would understand everything of the action of the stage. I mean, nothing is so complicated. We do the same things. But we also made German plays. That we made Büchner's Wojciech a couple of years ago. We have done Schiller, Die Räuber. We do theater like could be done in the theater Schauspielhaus in Konstanz too. But we do it in other ways, naturally, because of traditional differences and the language is different. The big difference is in the audience, because among our audience, many people are illiterate. They can't read and write. That is the big difference, because Mozambique is a country suffering of illiteracy. And that makes, obviously, the living theater very, very important, because they can't read books, but they can see and understand theater.
And one last question. I mean, of course, we today have an audience which is really happy about your crime novels. What are your other plans? Are you maybe writing more about Linda Wallander, Kurt Wallander's daughter?
Maybe. That in German you say vielleicht. That, but I will. What I'm doing now, I have written a theater play about Darwin. That will have an opening in this autumn in the Royal National Theatre in Stockholm. And I will write another novel first about Africa. But maybe, vielleicht, I will come back to Linda. We will see.
Mr. Mankell, thank you very much. It was very nice meeting you.
Thank you. Thank you.